If you need the best sleeves to protect your best decks, check out Sentry Sleeves using the link below. A pack of sleeves starts at only $10, and a portion of the proceeds goes to supporting local animal shelters. Use code EBAM5 to save 5% at checkout. Hello everyone, that's Titus, and I'm Thomas, and this is Everyone's Bad at Magic, where we untap, upkeep, and punt. And today we're joined by our homie Fox, FoxTattoos on Instagram, Trash Tokens, the man, the myth, the legend. Fox, you want to tell the people at home who you are and why we might be talking to you today?
Well, I think we're talking because we're friends. But yeah, my name's Chris Fox. Most people know me by Fox, though. I am the vocalist for a band called See You Next Tuesday. That's where most people know me from. I'm also a tattooer, and I do tokens and altars and other random art for various Magic the Gathering collectors.
Yeah, I happen to have like so much of his stuff just hanging out on my desk. I'm like the ultimate shill for Fox at this moment. You got altars, got tokens, play mats. Fox is such a homie. We're stoked to have you, dude. Thanks for coming in and hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for having
Um,
me.
and the new album is aggressive, but
Yeah. Yeah, not very digestible, but it is aggressive.
no, dude, it's sick. What's your favorite 15-second song off of it?
Oh man, I really like the song we filmed the video for, "Old Thoughts and Regrets." That when we were recording my side of the album, that one was my favorite. So
Yeah, that is a sick song. It's a sick music video. Anyway, we're gonna go into that in a bit. Sorry, I'm just stoked. But before we do any of that, we're gonna go into our favorite segment here, our Punters Confessional. Homies, I think Fox said you have a punt that you would like to confess to.
I do have a point. I'll keep it as short as I can. At Vegas, MagicCon, doing LobbyCon on Saturday, which we were both there, but we split off into different pods, and I was with HSM Sam and a couple of the homies, Brandon and Bernie. It was a game of deafening silence. Pretty much the whole game just revolved around deafening silence. I played at turn two, or turn one, seat two, got removed. Bernie ended up playing it. But I had nothing going on. Played my one non-creature, just thinking, might as well get this LED out. Why not? And then something caused me to draw a card. I don't remember what, but I drew into. I was playing Zerta. I drew into Grim Monolith, and I had like everything. I had Ballista in hand. I was ready to go, and I was like, "Oh crap!" And I had Ranger Captain on board. Cracked it. And was like, oh, there is a deafening silence on Bernie's board, and I had already played the LED. Like, this is one thing I'm trying to work on so hard is patience instead of just being like, oh my God, I got it. Here we go. Just I need to take a step back. But yeah, I felt like such an idiot blowing my Ranger Captain for absolutely no reason.
I mean, to be fair, I think we started lobby conning there after midnight.
Oh yeah,
So,
100%. Yeah.
but yeah, that is brutal, and that is some classic punting.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to come from a different angle, but that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I also punted that night. I was playing a different pod from you. I was playing with Tony and Mike from HSM and Comedian, and let me tell you. If you make a copy of Ob Nixilis and you're in Bant, it's not actually that good. You'll just end up with a huge Mockingbird version of Ob Nixilis, and you'll see all of your free counter spells on the table. And if you don't have any blue cards to pitch for your Force of Will or use any of your free interaction, you can't do anything to stop Ian from winning, and you might accidentally knock the wrong player out of the board because half of us might have been nonverbal by that point. Um, So I feel you. Little bonus punt from that night. Titus, you got anything?
Mine's not super exciting, but I got one. So I was in a game with Timna Thrasios, Kinnan, and also Azerta. And I was trying to get down a Necro earlier in the game, and I got denied when I cast a Dark Rit. I got silenced, so I had to waste the mana. And I was just sitting with my hand, and eventually I draw a Windfall. The Timna Thrasios player had, like a bajillion cards in hand. And I was like, okay, I would like to get back in the game. Kinnan was a bit ahead too, at least in terms of me. And then, Zerta does Zerta things. And I was like, all right, let's draw. They had Timna Thrasios had 18 cards. I was like, let's Windfall. Well, they had the Bowmaster. And
Oh.
yeah. Oh no, I got the Kinnan player taken out. I got the
I mean,
um
that's not a punt. That's a feels
Yeah, I
good.
mean that.
yeah. No, the Timna Thrasios was way in advance. That game eventually turned into a draw because it, ended up having to team up against the Timna Thrasios. But I mean, if I could leverage it better, maybe. But yeah, I mean, what do you do, right? Either play really slow and try to cast the Necro again on a following turn, or, just hope they don't have it.
I mean, I assume you were playing Rogsai.
Yeah,
I mean, you jam,
you,
right?
you
Yeah, you
hope they don't
jam.
have it.
You make them have it.
They
Yeah.
did. They did. It's pretty good. 18 cards for each player or each opponent.
They'd probably have it. Yeah.
Oof.
Nice. We also have a bonus punt from our homie Eggs Taylor TV. Thanks for sending this in, bud. Forgive me, Father, for I have punted. I had 10 mana and threw my sequencing against Kinnan. Long story short, I learned bait out the interaction with a tutor into Decred and then go for Poly. Also counter the Mystic, lol. I'm guessing that he's playing a little bit of Rog Tavesh these days and went for a unprotected polymorph into a Kinnan. That's short and sweet eggs. Got to find that window, bud. That's a classic. Anyway, thank you so much for sending that in. If you're at home have a punt you'd like us to read out, please feel free to send it in. So, Fox, for those who don't know, you drew our amazing Displacer Kitten logo. I'm absolutely in love with this. You talked me out of a different direction, so thank you.
I don't
You're
even remember
also
what the
known
direction
on.
was.
Oh, I tried to get you to make it as a American tradition style
Oh,
panther.
yeah, I remember now. Okay, yep.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, they're also known online as trash tokens. So you can find webcam tokens and custom altars. We'll have all of these linked below. How did you get started in Magic? What made you fall in love with the game?
Um, so right after Double Masters 22 came out, our bass player in See You Next Tuesday, Rick, was getting back into Magic. A few friends convinced him to jump back in. We worked together at the shop, and I was leaving early. I was going to go buy a Switch. I really wanted one for traveling, and I was like, okay, I got some cash. I'm just going to go buy one right now. He asked me to look out for some Double Masters packs. So I went to the store and they had a ton of them, and they had some precons, and I was like,
Goodness.
spare cash. I'm just gonna pick up some for myself just to learn something new. So that night we cracked all the packs. It was super fun. It's the first time I'd done anything like that with trading cards. He was kind of explaining. I didn't get it. I didn't understand the mechanics of the game at all. I didn't know what was happening. My first pack I ever pulled, I got an Imperial Seal, which is great. At the time, I was like, I cool. I'm glad I got this, but
I
obviously that's
mean,
awesome.
that's a pretty good ROI.
Yeah, yeah,
First crack, you pop a $100+ card.
yeah. Pretty sick.
That, yeah, if you're gonna get hooked, you might as well
Right.
get hooked big.
Mhm. But yeah, so we just jammed one-on-one commander, which not how it's supposed to be played, but that's how I kind of he taught me how to play. And I loved the synergy of how everything worked, and I obviously didn't get it all at the time, but you know, I kind of understood what was happening. Really, what pushed me to love Magic is deck building. At the time when I started playing Magic, I was super into long distance hiking. And what I liked more than hiking was I was doing ultralight backpacking. So like the puzzle of, making every ounce count in my pack and like weighing everything and like it literally just finding new pieces to like have the best pack. But I could only go hiking once every 2 months because of my schedule. So I was like buying all this stuff for no reason. you know so like deck building like replaced that for me, and I could play, especially with spell table like anytime I wanted. So it gave me, scratch two itches, like my nerdy like play games itch, and also the weird like, puzzle building or puzzle figuring out puzzles. um so yeah, that's how I fell in love with it for sure.
That's sick. So you started right off with Commander right around, so Double Masters, that was around 2020-ish?
22. Double
22.
Masters
Okay.
22. Yeah.
Okay. Did you strictly play Commander at that time? Did you onboard through Arena or anything like that at all?
Like pretty soon after that happened, I ended up getting COVID and I was miserable for like 2 weeks. But I had just bought a brand new iPad and I was like, I'm just gonna load Arena on this thing and use it strictly for Arena while I'm sick. And that's how I like really learned a lot of the mechanics of the game, was playing Arena. So, but that's the only time I've ever played non-commander.
Okay. So were you playing like standard during that time
Yeah,
period or?
standard. I tried a little bit of draft, but yeah, it's standard.
Yeah, I never really got into draft either.
Yeah,
I keep
I
hearing
didn't
that
know what I was
like
doing.
cube is the way, but like I Ya has like earwormed me about that, and like I want to play cube, but like
Mhm.
that organizing eight, organizing four people's hard enough. Organizing eight, just nah.
Yeah.
That's I do not have that in my life. Okay, so you went straight into Commander. That's been our
Mhm.
life. How did the arms race start for you?
So Rick, he he builds the grossest decks, and there was like I never knew about like back then it was the not brackets but like the
Yeah,
power level or
everything's a
whatever.
seven.
Yeah, that I wasn't aware of any of that getting into it until I started watching like Command Zone and stuff. It was just like build the best deck. And like it didn't matter what. And his goal for every deck he was building at the time was to make everybody scoop. That was his win con. So, it's like me trying to find the most broke stuff to tackle him. And it just elevated and elevated until I was like really looking at cEDH, and I kind of stumbled into cEDH with a deck I was building at the time, which was Cole the Forge Master. Um, and Rick and I had plans to go to Command Fest in Indianapolis, and they had a tournament. And I was like, I'm just going to enter this and see what happens. And only 16 people signed up, but I made it to top cut, and it went well. And I just kind of haven't really looked back since.
For those who are unaware of what Cole the Forge Master might do for a cEDH list, why don't you talk us through that a little bit?
Okay, so it's at the time it was mainly known as Clamp Storm. So Cole has a replacement effect for uh, creatures that are equipped that die. Once they hit the graveyard, instead put them to hand. Or no, they hit the graveyard and then they go to your hand. I think that's how it goes. I haven't played it in a long time. Uh, so what you do is you play like a 0-drop creature like Memnite or something, and then have like I believe it's Shuko, or use something like Bergie plus casting Memnite to get a mana, and then equip Skull Clamp, or you'd loop dockside at the time,
Okay.
stuff like that, to draw your deck, or just various like outlets like Shuko onto Memnite, then sack it to Goblin Bombardment, and just keep the loop up.
Okay, okay. I think I get it. So we're basically low cost creature, sack it, make a mana, draw,
Yeah,
loop
some
loop that.
various,
Okay.
advantage for a creature dying or whatever.
Okay, sick. So this got you some early success. That was enough to like wet your whistle. This is what I want to do moving forward. This is sick. We're done playing with no win condition. I'm gonna try and
Yeah.
make you scoop. Like
Yeah.
let's try and play some magic.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I
Okay.
just, the more efficient gameplay and, optimized decks. What really scared me away from cEDH for a long time was the investment in it. But then I just started proxying everything and stopped caring. But then I started buying everything too. So
Yeah, cEDH, the most
yeah.
proxy friendly format where we all own $6,000 decks.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's sick. Okay, so after Cole, where did you kind of move from there?
Let's see here. I started going through a lot of stuff. I unfortunately don't really have like a great like cEDH play group at home, so I didn't really know who to turn to like start learning how to play cEDH properly, or
Mhm.
like any meta advice or anything. So I just started watching a lot of videos on YouTube. I think after that I built a Nala, which was fun, but a little bit too much to interact with, I found. And then I went to Kinnan after that, and I was all in on Kinnan for a while.
Okay. And I would ask to take you down like the whole loop or the whole rabbit hole of your decks. But I think if anybody has built more decks than Titus, it's you. How many cEDH decks have you built at this point, or how many do you have together currently, Fox?
I I think in my Mox field, I have like a retired folder for cEDH, and it's like close to like 70 or something. And some of that's just like like net decking, like a meta, like an actual
Yeah.
top 16 list. But probably more than half of it is me just trying like weird fringe ideas, trying to see if it sticks. But currently, it seems how in the past week I've put two lists together after watching the whole quest stream, uh, just to try new stuff out. I think I'm at 14 lists right now. I only play two like super religiously, but it's just to have fun and learn the lists in case I like play against them at some point. Really,
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Like,
yeah.
if you can proxy them, why not?
Right.
Mm.
They're not all bro.
It's okay. It's
I
okay.
spent a lot of money on cards. I hate it.
So I've been curious. So you started playing Magic with your bassist. When you were going on tour for all those years, were you guys just
Mhm.
like jamming games like in the car rides like between
Well,
gigs?
so the past couple years, we really haven't like toured a lot, just because our big touring days were like 2006 to 2009. Then we went on hiatus for a long time, and I wasn't playing Magic then. Uh, since I've started playing Magic, Rick and I will bring like a couple decks with us, and we'll like throw it out there, or I'll talk to some homies online and be like, "Hey, we're playing your city if you want to come before the show," and we'll jam games or something. But it really, when we're on the road, it really doesn't come up too much. Unfortunately, I would love it because I'm bored 99% of the time.
That's such a bummer because it feels
Yeah.
like the metal community and the Magic community, if you were to like make a Venn diagram, it would just be a circle.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Like I've literally been to metal shows where I've seen people try to set up like Magic games in the pit and then get
Mhm.
the shit or
Oh
get the
yeah.
shit kicked out of them because they deserve it. But still, like it's like the communities um, where you would expect to see tons of players. I'm surprised you couldn't just throw it out on like socials and be like, hey, anybody down for a pod?
Right. We were talking about hosting some sort of like YouTube thing where, Rick and I challenge like two people that like the band or something, then if they win, like send them some like exclusive merch or something like that. But just seemed like a lot of work that in time that we don't have, so we just didn't
Yeah,
go with it.
that's fair. You got a lot of projects going on.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the band, you're currently promoting the Brothers EP, a split you and your band did with Chop times seven. I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to say
I
that.
I think you can say it any way you want. I say chop 7 times, but chops time 7, that also works.
Sure.
It's the same thing.
That came out about a month ago. And this split is based off of the Brothers' War between
Mhm.
Urza and Mishra. How did this themed album come around between you and another band? Like, how does that happen? That's kind of sick.
Uh, Drew, our guitar player, and Chop wrote the album together, the music together. And when it came time to do lyrical stuff, uh, we didn't think it was feasible for Chop and I to write together just because I'm so busy all the time. And it would be better if I took like one side and he took one side. And because of that, we were trying to think of something where we'd have a singular idea, but we were trying to do like two separate takes on that idea. And we threw a bunch of stuff back and forth, and nothing was sticking. And I had just bought the Artifact Cycle to read and possibly do a full length for See You Next Tuesday based on it. So I just threw that idea out there, not knowing that Chop had already read Brothers War and a lot of the earlier Magic novels, and he was all about it. So that's what we went for. I mean, I was like, okay, cool, let's get to work.
Yeah, that's sick. How
Yeah.
did you land on you taking Urza and him Mishra? Did you like
Uh,
play
well,
for it?
no, not at all. I don't think he plays Magic at all anymore. He
Okay.
just, this is something he was reading when he was in high school or something. But I wanted to take Urza, and we were trying to obviously do two different sides of things, like I said. So we were like, okay, well, this is easy, brothers. There's two different sides. That's how the book's written. Is like, oh, let's go to Urza, let's go to Mishra, let's go to Urza. So I wanted to take Urza because I was running cEDH Urza for a while, and it would give me a reason to put the list back together, which it slams right now with Sewer Valence Camera. Um, yeah. uh, and his favorite character out of all the novels was Gix, so he wanted to take Mishra. And so it worked out perfectly. We didn't have to like debate over anything, and we just went to work.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Um, so, if anybody at home hasn't seen it yet, one of the videos that you filmed for this album was you guys basically playing in a card shop.
Mhm.
Um, that was really freaking cool. Like, what was the LGS's response when you asked if you could do this? Like,
Uh,
still trash the place,
that's
or
the L. Yeah, no, they were cool. They're a couple of the guys are actually fans of the band, which is awesome. They're good friends of ours. I'm literally in there maybe 3 to 4 times a week, picking up orders. But yeah, it was the first idea we had for a video, and I just figured I didn't think they were gonna say yes, and they were all about it, surprisingly. So they let us come in there on a Sunday morning. We had a show the night before too. We were all super tired. We got home at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and we had to be at the LGS by I think we got in there at like 9 in the morning and had to shoot the whole video before noon when they opened. And we just invited whoever wanted to come to, be extras, and it was a lot of fun. It was sweet. It was super rushed though.
well, it came out great.
Thanks.
It is a little bit different than a lot of your music videos, and
Yeah.
this has nothing to do with magic, but they remind a lot of your music videos remind me of like the early 2000s, like CKY style
Yeah.
videos. Like you guys came up in that skit format.
Yeah.
And they're just really funny and fun, and you guys are
Thanks.
clearly just having a great time, just
Mhm.
goofing with your friends and like clearly busting each other's balls and like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Have you ever seen the movie Be Kind Rewind with Jack Black and Mos Def?
Yes, a while ago, quite a while
Yeah,
ago.
that's kind of like so the movie is all they work at a video store called Be Kind Rewind with all VHS tapes, and all the tapes get erased and they remake all the movies themselves. So that's kind of like how I think like making these videos is like how can they be just like silly skits? Uh, and really that movie is the inspiration for almost all of our videos.
oh, that's funny. That's
Yeah.
sick. Okay, I totally see that in those.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you guys have a couple tour dates coming up soon still.
Mhm.
Um, how are you how are you tying like the story of magic into those shows if you are at all? Like are you
I
like is the magic coming out in the music or is it just like nah, we got this secret cool thing and you guys are just here to listen to metal?
I since the songs are kind of unplayable live, I doubt they'll ever get played live. Especially since Chop would have to be there with us as well, and he lives in Massachusetts, and we're from Michigan. I think Massachusetts or Connecticut, somewhere over there, New
Yeah,
England
it's
area, somewhere. Uh, but uh, but we are the closest thing we'll probably do is like make some like we've already made like kind of like a Gix type feeling t-shirt design. We were talking about getting sleeves and play mats made just to see if they sell. But as far as like bringing it to our live show or anything, it's uh, I doubt we're not gonna like dress up or anything. So
fair enough. Fair
Come
enough.
on, don't you want to dress as Urza?
I mean, could be kind of cool.
Yeah, get the yeah, I could see you with just the
I
gray
don't have the
hair.
hair for it.
That's what wigs are for, Chris.
They got
Uh,
the contacts for the eyes.
Right, yeah, the clone.
speaking of merch, um, so you built or not built, you made a bunch of tokens about a year-ish ago now,
Yeah.
that were made for webcam use,
Mhm.
and they're all like individually, like so they're all individual works of art that you made. I think they're sold out currently. I don't know if you're planning on
Currently.
restocking those anytime
Yeah.
soon. But do you have any plans for additional tokens packs coming up?
Yeah, I actually am I just talked with my normal screen printer for when I do posters. And we're talking about doing like a couple like cool screen printed packages of tokens that will be like hand numbered, limited. Uh Really just trying to find the time to do them is the only setback, and that's why I haven't released another pack of tokens since the first one, just because I'm always slammed with a million things to do. But I'm hoping to get those done before Atlanta, hopefully.
You got a sneak peek for us by any chance of
I
anything you're
have
working on?
uh I don't know if I'm allowed to. I have the so I'm doing uh a playmat for your friend and mine, or the tame dog right
Uh,
now.
Century sleeves for those at home.
It's yep, century
Use
sleeve.
code EBAM5 for 5% off.
But I don't know if I'm allowed to show it, but that should hopefully be out in the next month or two as well.
Okay. Heard. Well, yeah, I'm not too sure how much we're allowed to share about that, but it's a really
Yeah,
cool
I don't know.
project. Chris is one of several artists who are working on it, and it's going to be part of a series. I've seen some of the other artists' work. There's there's some really cool stuff coming as part of that series. Um, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Um, you mentioned you're super busy, and I think that part of that might be due to a little bit of a wait list.
Yeah.
How have the ultras been coming, bud?
Man, so they took off like way faster than I anticipated. Like I didn't how how you do altars is not like how I normally paint at all. I don't use the same like materials. Yeah, there's the Thras one. Um, so it was like kind of like a struggle to figure out how to use a new paint and painting on like a piece of cardboard opposed to like watercolor paper or canvas. Um, so like it was like a couple weeks of me doing like semi okay work and people telling me, "Oh, it's sick," and I'm like, "Okay, this is boosting confidence." And then when I posted, I think it was the VV one, it blew up, and which is crazy. And then the the ones I did for the quest after that, I got a ton of messages about. So and now it's I just been telling people now, like, wait for me to post about getting onto a wait list further, but I'm pretty deep in it right now, which I don't
Yeah.
even have time to get to until the end of next month.
Yeah, those that Rog Ishai you did for the quest, those went for a pretty decent amount for
Yeah,
the charity. That was
yeah,
sick.
yeah.
Like,
Thanks to anonymous person that purchased them.
yeah. Um, the quest, you know, just everybody who was involved with the quest, like just as a side note, they did such a good job across the board from uh the charity that they set up. Like they had so many cool things for people to raise money with. I think they raised over $7,000 just on that silent auction alone.
Yeah,
Um, the stream that Critical EDH put on with Eric and Ian, like those guys were just
dude,
hilarious.
so good.
So good.
I ended up
Uh,
watching that whole stream all weekend.
yeah, it was
I got
just a
nothing
vibe.
done. Yeah.
Like, and Titus, I don't know if you watched, did you watch the Quest stream at all?
Yeah, I watched it here and there.
Okay. Did you happen to see this the stream where Tag Sees Kyle was on? Because
Um, I don't believe so. Why don't you go over it
yeah,
with for us?
it the game itself completely forgettable, but the way that they ended it was a vibe. And yeah, it just I will only be accepting draws moving forward by everybody putting their
Yeah.
hands in, like Power Ranger style. And then Kyle just ended it with like a, big old thumbs up. Just the fact that the redemption event also was a platinum, like everything seemed to just go super well.
Yeah.
And I'm stoked that they were able to do that well for charity.
Yeah, that was awesome
Yeah.
for sure.
Probably shouldn't gush too much on it, but you like to see your friends succeed.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great thing for the community for sure. Not just coming together to help out. Like it was, super heartwarming. It
Yeah.
was great.
I don't have FOMO about a lot of tournaments, and especially like not ones that you have to travel for, but like that seemed like a great time. I wish I had been in Portland that weekend.
Yeah, same. I should have went.
Yeah. Well, next time. Um, well, Chris, where are you playing these days? Because
Uh, yeah,
I don't think you're
number of
playing Lumra anymore, and that's been like your main deck for a while.
Uh, yeah, I still love Lumra. I don't think I'll ever fall out of love with Lumra or take it apart. But for a while now, I have been playing Zerta mainly, like as my like main deck. But I don't think we need to talk about Zerta since
Well, quick
you just had
question on
Wayne.
that. Quick question on Zerta. Do you feel like you resonate with it more because of the fox typing?
Dude, you're the first person to ask, and I've just been like waiting for it. It was completely unintentional. Trust me.
I don't believe that. But no, Zerta's sick.
Zerta's amazing. I love it.
At MagicCon, I think I played against four separate Zerta players. I think I don't think I played a game against Zerta where it didn't push a win by turn three a single time. It
Mhm.
just seems so consistent.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
So, other than Zerta, do you got anything else that you're like super into at the
Uh,
moment?
I also I've been really liking Dahada and Sisse, like a lot.
Okay.
Um, what else do I got put together that I've been after watching the quest, I thought Cabbage Man looked fun. Been kind of testing that out this past week. It's pretty much just mono green doing Zerta stuff, kind
Yep.
of. And
Cabbage Man looks sick. I kind of
it,
want to like
it's
test it.
fun. It's a lot of it's a bit harder than Zerta, just because you kind of have to like wait to take advantage of other people's game actions instead of just going forward with your own. And it really you have to just find the right window with it. But it is fun. I do like it. I think I just have to play it a bit more to like really understand it. Especially the lines are a little bit more convoluted. Uh, what else? So from the quest, they kept talking about Rog Francisco. That one person playing Rog Francisco, and I had been thinking about it for a while, especially since I just took Rowan apart. So I have like a ton of Rakdos pieces laying around. So I put it together, and it's fun. I I don't know if it's really that great of a deck, but it's fun.
I don't know if I understand why that's a deck.
It really should. I wouldn't take it to a tournament, but it's fun to play.
Okay. Like,
uh, but I like Francisco stuff. Like I have a Francisco Crom deck that I've had for a while, and I love that as just a kind of ROG side type thing, but you're just introducing the um what is it, the Ballista Soul Cauldron thing into it.
yeah, I mean, Francisco's a cool commander for sure. Um,
Do you
yeah,
do you know what you don't see anymore? We don't see any more Varigoth. No? It's
Fair enough.
the mono black commander that's a tutor on the stick.
Is that
I have no idea what you're talking
I
about.
don't know what you're talking about.
So Varigoth has Boast where you can tutor, and I forget, I think you put it on top of your library. But this deck, I don't remember how long ago it was played, and I think it was primarily played in like maybe the Utah area. It should be like Varigoth the Bloodsire or something like that. And it was pretty much just a dedicated ad nauseum list because it ran like a bunch of zero drops and lands. And then you would, I think, Sickening Dreams.
Okay, I have it pulled up. Varigoth Blood Sky Sire, two and a black. It has Death Touch, it's a 2/3, and for Boast, which means activate this only if this creature's attacked this turn and can only do once a turn. Target player searches their library for a card and puts it on top of their library. So it's a top deck tutor that can happen. Why is this at the top of your head, dude?
Weird decks. Doing ad nause things, Rock Fran, right? No?
Uh,
There we go.
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
Um,
I suppose.
I don't know if
But
I've
yeah,
ever seen this as a CDH
I've never
deck.
seen it. Yeah.
Um, I've
It's
seen
pro.
I've seen the one that is like the shared summons version, like but no, that's huh.
It was able to top 16 in the past. Look.
Nice. I've seen cEDH decks before, with like a ton of I don't even know a line, it's just like a meme deck or something, but cEDH winning like turn 2 or 3, uh, doing random land stuff. I don't even remember at this point, but I've never seen Farragon.
Yeah. I think it's time for me to like lock in onto playing some like decent decks and stop playing trash for a while. Otherwise, I'd really be interested in building Comball. Because I always really liked your Comball profiteering mayor
Oh,
deck.
yeah, I love that's probably like my favorite like fringe list that I've made. And I still have it together. I love it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's just with the slot meta, with everybody having like risk or smothering tides running around,
Mhm.
getting 3 treasures a turn cycle doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Fox, what is currently on your bingo card for this year? What are you trying to still accomplish that you may not have accomplished?
Outside of art stuff, like actually playing Magic, I have like a lot of things to work on with like my game. I'm not like a tournament grinder by any means. I might actually like try if I had the time, but really band and work take up all my Saturdays, so I can never get to tournaments. Um, but I have, like, a lot of things I wanna work on with just, like, me playing. Like, we just played that game last night, and you pointed out one of them. I need to learn to shut up. Uh, but, and
For reference for everybody, you don't need to tell your opponents what they should be tutoring for. They can figure out their own lines by themselves.
yeah, I get it. That was the hexing squelcher thing where you told me to shut up. The
That's right.
ward thing.
Oh, that's a whole different thing. You're
Yep,
responsible for your own triggers, not your
yep,
opponents.
yeah, which you're absolutely right. I should just shut up. But, and then just learning patience, like, to take a second to, like, really consider what's on the board and not just like, "Oh, I got the thing, go," or, just really consider all possibilities of what I'm doing. Um, Outside of that, I'd like to actually make it to a couple tournaments. I'm really thinking about going up to, Minnesota for Summer Classic. Um, I wanna make it to Atlanta, possibly I'm gonna I'm getting surgery later this year, so I'm gonna have downtime from work,
Uh,
which I think I can still travel though, so I might try and
Yeah,
actually, like, travel to some tournaments.
who needs to work when we can go to MagicCon?
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
thinking of going to Atlanta. I'm not 100% sold yet, but
I'm
I'm
I'm gonna try really hard.
yeah, I'm starting to save a little money, see if I can. By that, I mean I'm starting to put aside cards to sell to see if I can go to Atlanta.
Mhm.
So you said you always had an interest in like fantasy stuff, right? What would you want to see from Magic moving forward? Is there a specific universes beyond you'd like to see, or just sort of set design?
I could think of a couple, but ultimately, I'm not, like, a huge fan of Universes Beyond stuff, but at the same time, I'll buy it if it's, like, mechanically cool or if it works well with whatever. That only stuff I am stoked about the Hobbit stuff coming out, but I'm super into like sci-fi stuff. So like some sort of like Blade Runner type thing could be cool, or like Dune, or even like Alien themed would
Oh,
be
Dune would
super sick.
slap.
Yeah.
There's a you think we'd see an Alien versus Predators?
I mean,
A secret layer?
I think you just spoke
a
it into
secret layer.
existence.
Yeah.
Look, we saw Chucky. I think there's a good chance we could see Aliens versus
Yeah,
Predator.
I mean, that's a good point. Yeah.
Um, yeah. One of my favorite secret layers ever were the American traditional ones.
Mhm.
Um, I'd love to see more magic cards in that style. And while I've loved the Japanese style altars you've been doing, do you ever think that you would consider doing American traditional style altars?
Uh, I could try. What I've really liked doing with those altars is like trying to think of like something in the Japanese kind of lore or whatever that kind of matches with what those characters are in the game. Like the Rog Ishai one I picked out as Tengu, and luckily there's a few different kind of Tengu um, that kind of matched those two specific characters. But I could see doing, some sort of, like cool like cat for, like Displacer Kitten or something, like a panther. Like I could see doing it. I just think it would look cooler as like a Japanese like type motif.
Okay. Yeah, no. I didn't realize that was your process behind it. That's cool. That's good to know. Well, Fox, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Like,
Mhm.
it's good to have you on. Like, it's weird to have you on in this like setting because like you've just been a homie for so long. And whenever I think of like one of my favorite people to play Magic with, you're at the very top. So
Ooh, thank you.
you can't be surprised by that.
You
Um,
surprised to see my face? You're normally just looking at my hands all the time.
yeah, well, I got tattoos there too now.
Oh
Um,
shit.
I'm almost cool. Um, well, Fox, You made this far. Is there anything you'd like to plug while you have our platform?
Um, I mean, Brothers, obviously, it's out now. You can get it through the label that put it out, Sundown Records. You can check out Trash Tokens. It's just at underscore Trash Tokens on Instagram. I will make a post eventually when I have some time to talk about how to get onto a wait list for altars. I'm not going to start on them for a while. Like I said, I'm working on the playmat right now, and I'm also working on another non-magic related thing. Yeah. Anyway, I'll get to them as soon as I can. And I already got a few to knock out, but I'll get to everybody. I promise. I want to do them for you. So yeah, just hit me up on there or keep an eye out. And then also FoxTattoos, my actual occupation as a tattooer. Check that out as well.
Well, thank you so much, Bud. I appreciate you coming on. And for those of you at home, if you stayed with us this long, please consider giving this episode a like, follow, or subscribe, or comment depending on how you found us. Check out our Discord and socials in the link below. And if you're interested in one of our playmats featuring this sick logo by Fox, let us know. We have some in stock. Anyway, be kind to each other, be kind to yourselves. It's just a game.